Everyone knows the pipeline of wrestlers going to Hollywood when famous actors do, well, various degrees of success. Hulk Hogan was only in like 3 films. The Rock played himself in every film. But at least John Cena's off to an okay start. There's a couple of other iconic wrestlers who have had strange film careers. But Triple H randomly turned up in a Blade film, and Edge being in some low budget slop. One of the most random failed movie careers comes from Kevin Nash. After he gained fame playing characters like Oz and Master Blaster Steel, then eventually Diesel, he of course did a bit of acting. His only role that I could think of for this was in the first John Wick film, where he's just a random henchman called Francis. But he's actually had a bunch of random movie roles since 1991, where he was Super Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He then popped up in things like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and, for some reason, the Magic Mike movies. And the most interesting of the wrestlers who go on to do something that isn't acting after their professional wrestling tenure. Let's look at someone like Glenn Jacobs, who was given awful character after awful character, like the Unabomber, who was named after the Unabomber. Isaac Yankem DDS, the evil dentist, and a knockoff version of Diesel after Kevin Nash moved to WCW. But like Big Kev, he eventually got to do an actually good character in Kane. But even after settling into this character, Kane was still a pyromaniac, necrophiliac, and a rapist, which led to the whole Letus miscarriage storyline and a bunch of other weird stuff he did in WWE. Somehow he managed to move on after all that into an actually successful political career. He's actively involved in libertarian politics. He's currently in his second term as a mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. That's the devil's favourite demon Kane, star of See No Evil Kane, Casey Vick Kane. He's somehow not the only one to go into politics with their professional wrestling careers. Like Jesse Ventura, he was in the Navy before he hopped into the mental world of wrestling and became a legend. In 1984 he had to retire with injury, so he did a bit of commentary before going on to bigger and better things later. Of course, he did this little bit of acting. He was in Predator and both the wrestling classics, No Holds Barred and Ready to Rumble. But the most important work came after all of that, when he took his own step into politics, and he became mayor of Brooklyn Park in 1991, and then became the governor of Minnesota in 1998. He even almost ran for president in 2020, because he reckons he would have battered Trump, and has been really critical of Trump's 2024 campaign. But there are some much stranger career paths that some wrestlers have had. I mean, a campaign speech isn't that far off promo. Just look at the infamous New Jack. When he was 15, he and his friends just robbed shops for money, until they obviously got arrested. After coming out of prison, he drove trucks for a bit, but more importantly after that, spent a whole decade as a bounty hunter. A convicted criminal becoming a bounty hunter, like someone out of Red Dead Redemption. Then, in 1992, he had his professional wrestling debut in the United States Wrestling Association, where he began his career being one of the most dangerous wrestlers to work with ever. So follow your dreams, kids.